for...
Well, hello, friends and trolls. Mark Holmes here with...
Michael Anthony Fitness.
I'm going to back this thing in here so that way the wife won't have to step in the snow. See, trying to think ahead, take care of the wife. Say, hey, I'm going to make sure you don't have to step on the grass and in the snow. I have good news.
What, Dak Prescott got signed?
No.
Oh.
But it may help. It may help.
Wait. Is his current deal all
guaranteed?
Guaranteed?
No. Actually, it's fantastic news because I just saved a whole bunch of money because I switched to Geico. No? Okay. All right. So here's what we got. And this is not a guaranteed thing. When we look at the salary cap, okay, the NFL, the NFLPA, of course, not knowing what the season was going to be. Yes, I'm dirty. When I get into my work, I get down and dirty, okay? I become one with the dirt. That's how I can really do this stuff better, okay? And so I had to deal with changing the toilet, had to deal with changing two faucets and getting a gutter squared away, with shit frozen in it and all that. I had a lot of work to do. So, I got it done, and now it's just a matter of waiting for the wife to get out here so we can head up the road and drive about 150 miles. But anyway, when we were talking about Dak Prescott and getting him signed, they say you can't sign Dak Prescott because you won't have any money. Now, when the NFL and the NFLPA sat down and tried to decide about, whether or not they're going to actually be able to have a season, what they did is they said, okay, let's make an agreement because if we only play 5 or 6 games, we ain't making much money. But we don't want to go through and do the salary cap where it is definitely set and, all of a sudden you got $50 million to spend next year and literally have to cut everybody. So they set that minimum at 175 and nobody knew for sure what the number is going to be. We still don't have an exact number on it. But rumors have been flying around that it's going to be more than the 175. So Sports Track, okay, I use Over the Cap. If you look at Over the Cap, they say the Cowboys have about 14 million. Excuse me. Sports Track says that the Cowboys had about 17 million. If you're using 175 as the measurement, does that all make sense? Okay, so here's what Sports Track has done is they're going the assumption that it's going to be more than that because we've heard rumors that it's going to be at least 180 and I've heard as much as 195. So what they've done is they've updated their projections using 185 as the number. So if you're going by that number and you're using Sports Track as opposed to Over the Cap, then you're looking at $27 million of cap space for the Cowboys versus 17 or Over the Cap 14. So this is actually great news because what that does for a lot of teams, if that's the case for a lot of teams, it's not quite as bad. Eagles, it still sucks for you. It still sucks because you're still $42 million over and you got a crybaby ass quarterback. I know you're trying to get rid of him. You're fielding calls to see what you can get. And I'm sure if you get a potted meat sandwich with some Swiss cheese and some mustard, you'll probably jump on that because I think that's still overpriced. The good news on that is, worst case, the Cowboys go through and come the 23rd through the 9th of March, they can franchise tag players. I ultimately don't want to have a guy franchise tag. You want to go ahead and get him to a deal that you can kind of bring the numbers down because franchise tagging is like paying cash as opposed to financing, okay? You go in and buy a truck, it's a $30,000 truck and you paying cash, you got to pay $30,000. Now, if you finance it, put down a couple $1,000s, play a little bit each month. And then, you got money to spend on other things. I'm not saying that you're only paying a couple of dollars a month to keep Dak Prescott. I'm just saying you spread it out over numerous years. So that works out better. So if the Cowboys tag him, then that means that they only need another $10 million, which they can go through and they can restructure real easy Amari Cooper's. And for those who say you can't pay Dak because you won't have money to, Well, this kind of lightens the load a little bit, especially knowing that if the cap only dropped $12 million in a pandemic year, what do you think is going to happen when we have a full season with 17 games and they redo the television contracts? Boom. It's going to be like SpaceX. Is that SpaceX? SpaceX is going to be rocketed into outer space, headed to Mars. So that's what we're looking at right now. And that's all I got for you. I tell you what, damn. I'm used that alcohol. Look, that stuff is literally, my hands are dry from all of the sanitizer. Good Lord. I need to get some lotion. My baby's going to be like, damn, that's rough. I said, I thought you liked it rough. My hands are rough. It's exfoliating your skin. Look at that. Who needs a loofah? Who needs a loofah when you got these hands? All right. What you got going on, man? Anything going on? I messed up your day. You can't do Uber tonight, can you?
I don't have to. I can do it from 11 to 2.
Well,
that's when they have the extra bonus.
Okay.
And then I don't have to go out for the rest of the day.
Well, Greg ended up hitting me up and saying he loves his hat rack. He just got his hat rack today and said, "Thank you, brother." I didn't see a picture of it though, Greg. Greg, where's my picture? I slapped it. I slapped bonus stuff in there for you, man. At least you could do is send me a picture. Come on. Game but right, that one and Greg,
it was hung in the man cave.
That one hung in the man cave. You know what? We ought to do that. I was a Boy Scout, right?
We got another one working on this.
I was a Boy Scout, okay?
Yeah, we're still on.
And if you contact your congressman and say, I want a flag that flew over the Capitol, they can get you one. And what you're thinking is, wow, you got the flag that flew over the Capitol, right? He's like, that's special, the flag. But see, here's what they do. They got 2 guys there. Their whole job is they run the flag up the flagpole, leave it there for 1 minute, run it back down, clip another flag up, run it up the flagpole, wait a minute, bring it back down. All day long. Because technically, it did fly over the Capitol. And so when they send it to you, I got a flag that flew over the Capitol. So maybe what we should do is we should put the clips on the racks and hang them in the man cave. Hang them, take a picture.
Are you gonna repair the wall?
Well, okay. Well, you mean the little attachment holes? Well, I can do that.
It's like little BBs.
But then you can say, man, I got a rack that hung in Joe Boo's
No.
man cave.
Leave it up there for a couple of days. So it's not up there
that's not what they do at the Capitol.
Yeah, but if you want...
if that's good enough for the government, why isn't it good enough for everybody else?
Because Greg's held up there for almost 2 weeks. A week or 2.
It was up there. Actually, and you know what? Greg, that rack had a hat autographed by DeMarcus Ware, had another hat that's autographed by Charles Haley on the top and Deion Sanders on the bottom. And let me give you the quote too on that, because I didn't know I was going to be meeting Deion too, and I was like, damn, cool. The only thing I got to sign is a hat that I got my man Charles to sign. So he turned it over and he said, well, quite frankly, he said, it's an insult to Charles for me to sign this on here, man. I ain't that good. Seriously.
He's not.
Miles Austin and Brandon Carr, 2 Brandon Carr hats that were autographed, were all on that rack. Okay, and there's Mama, so we need to move stuff in here. But I'll see you guys when we get back to the man cave. Peace.